Hello and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be playing The Space in Between. It's a free-to-play game on Steam and yeah, I don't know, looked really interesting. It's got astrology in it apparently, like constellations, I don't know. Looks cool, we're going to get into it. And June, what is the answer to problem 14? You have absolutely no idea what the professor is talking about. You spent the previous night watching anime instead of doing homework. Mood! All of a sudden, you feel a kick from the side of your desk. It's 47. A voice whispers to your right. You see Miles. After class, you approach him. Thanks for that, you say. Glancing at his backpack, you see a familiar pin from your favorite band. You listen to Fleet Foxes? Your first date with him is... let's go with a concert. Why not, right? A week later, you two sit at the beach pier, listening to the street performers as the sky turns softly to black. Will you be my girlfriend? What happens if I say no? Are you crazy? This is supposed to be a dating sim, Miles stutters. Oh, haha. I just thought, kidding, of course. You two bond over your shared taste in memes. If he doesn't have the same meme taste as me, he ain't the one. FYI, fondness for the way he always looks down when he smiles. You like how easily conversations flow, a constant stream of stories, surprising vulnerability, and recommendation sharing. He may not have been your first best friend, but he's the most special one. Because here's the guy who notices the way you can't help yourself and get excited, who holds you when you need it the most. You didn't realize that there was still romance in the world left for you, but here it is, big and glowing and full. You decide to celebrate by baking every baked good you could possibly think of. And so you make mediocre banana bread, but the joy is in the refinement, and so you keep trying. Your friends don't even need to ask why you're smiling so much. He takes you to the working spot next to his suburban house, and you slow dance to I don't really listen to either one. Let's go with Casey Musgraves. Baby, don't you know that you're my golden hour? The color of my sky. You set my world on fire. I know everything's gonna be alright. Sorry, I butchered it. And suddenly, you understand why heartbreak and sorrow must happen. To have this joy shine so brightly, you see the neighborhood lights reflect in his eyes, and you dare to take his hand. You are now 5 months into your relationship. Continue. Bet, let's go. I can't believe you're driving us 2 hours just to go stargazing. I officially won the boyfriend lottery. I like driving. Plus, it'll be nice with just the two of us. My sensitive question. Yeah, there's no signal. I don't know if that's a good thing. That's me. The lookout spot will be pretty. It's also in the middle of the woods. If a bear tries to eat us, you're fighting it. I'm running for help. Glad to know you're committed to our safety. I am very committed. I'm the one devising the plan in case the bear mauls us. I bet I'm a faster runner than you. I get it. I distract the bear by seducing it, and you can run into the bear and knock it over, and we both run away, or the power of you will motivate me to run faster. I like this one. I don't think the bear will be easily seduced. What? You're saying I'm not pretty enough for the bear? You're telling me, your own girlfriend, that she's uglier than a bear? That's not what I said. Yes, but that's what you meant. I tell you you're pretty all the time. Oh, I didn't know. What? You have a thing for bears. You want to break up with me, but you didn't know how to break the news, so you're going to let me die instead. That's my overly dramatic ass. Neither of us are dying today. We have not died. Yet. What if it's a male bear? Are you going to seduce it then? We should not assume the bear's sexuality. Let's Google, can bears be gay? I told you. What does it say? Bears can totally be gay. Fine, if the bear comes, I'll attack and you run. I'm glad we could agree on the plan. I am too. I'm thrilled. I don't think I've been here since I was a kid. I didn't realize how beautiful it is here. I'm so used to the city. one here. Oh my gosh, this isn't a dating game, guys. It's a murder game. Sorry, I watched way too many murder documentaries. Let's set up the blankets and lay down. Continue. Do you know any constellations? No, I wish I did. I've always thought they're boring, so I made my own. What do you mean? I would create random shapes from the stars and then come up with my own backstory. Either a random one I thought of or something from my life. That's so wholesome. My mom said I was an imaginative kid. We could do that now. That's okay. It was a stupid idea. No, I want to. Here, let me start. Continue. You are stargazing with Miles. To form a constellation, click and drag between pairs of stars until all edges of the constellation are visible. To find more constellations, move the mouse to the edge of the screen to control scroll across. Oh my god, learn how to read, dude. The night sky. Completing constellations will unlock more constellations. Have fun. White rabbit candy. What's that? It's a Chinese milk candy. My parents used to buy it from my friends and me when I was younger. The rabbit is on a package of each piece. I've never seen you eat one. Maybe it's time to change that. I'm down to try one. I haven't had one for years because of my mom. There's so many things I disregard because they remind me of her, but I don't want my relationship with her to change the things I love. There's a right or wrong way to mourn someone who isn't in your life anymore. Make her sound like she's dead. You know, there's this one time our Chinese school teacher was sick, so my mom was our substitute. Everyone loved her. She'd tell stories to her class. She made learning Chinese entertaining. I was so proud. Everyone told me they wanted my mom back. Why do you think she changed so much? That's a complex question I'm still trying to figure out the answer to. Honestly, it's probably best you don't know. Not to be harsh, but I don't think that answer is pretty. Knowing wouldn't change anything. She's probably going through her own issues, or something. God has favorites, and I'm definitely not one of them. I don't think that's how religion works. To be fair, none of us know God, if he's even out there. I think every religious person would disagree with you. Look, God, hear me out. You're really addressing God right now? Thank God. I know we have our differences, but I gotta say, you give me a pretty hot boyfriend. You do give me really shitty parents and a questionable fashion sense, but you did well in the whole love life department. June. You can be kind of annoying sometimes, but God, please don't listen to her. And with that, I gotta say, amen. Amen to that. I like how they make noises when you connect them. I see a CD. I used to make big CDs for people when I was younger. That's cute. It was inspired by my mom. She used to get them to me when I was younger. You've never really talked about her a lot until today. It's weird to acknowledge that things are ever good about us. A lot of the time when I'm talking to people who don't know the situation between us, I act like we're good. My mom does this too, where my mom would hate that. I don't ever forget the truth, but sometimes it's easier to pretend I'm fine. Tell me about these CDs. My My mom loved to watch Chinese dramas with my grandma. They do it almost every night growing up. For my 8th birthday, she gave me a CD with theme songs to the dramas and her own personal favorite songs on there. I didn't know you two ever shared a good moment. It certainly doesn't feel like it now. Now, all I have left of that memory is a legacy of giving the CDs to boys who didn't like me back. Were they aware of the confession of love? If you show up to class at seat unprompted seating your desk with the words "for miles, I'm sure you can guess," that was what was so great about it. If they confronted me about it and didn't feel the same way, I could turn it back on them over and appreciate a good gift. I'm gonna go with this one. I hope you two oblivious to realize. I never got a boyfriend who was big CDs or really for any reason early on in high school, so either they shared your ignorance or I really was an ugly kid. I saw a picture of you then. You were cute. Tell that to every boy in my high school and middle school. Maybe they were shy. I had this huge crush on a guy in middle school. He asked me out and I said no. Not because I didn't want to go out with him, but because I knew the only way a guy I liked could ask me out is if it were a dare. That day, I confirmed my intuition. Devastation. I don't know if you've considered this, but maybe you said it was a dare because you said no. I looked like a thumb. Maybe he's telling a separate story about how his insecurity started in middle school when he was rejected. Not even a thumb. A toe. Maybe he was into that. I hope not. Do you see yourself in your mom? Of course I do. All the damn time. What do you guys have in common? We're both loud, although in different ways. She's more of an angry loud. We both like the song Hotel California. We usually hate the same people. So yeah, I can't end up like her. No, I know that would be like her. Like that one. If there's anything to be sure about, that's a good one. Can you promise me something? Yeah, what is it? If I ever get unpleasant to be around, can you tell me? Junebug, you'll always be someone I want to be around. We may get into disagreements, but I accept you completely as you are. No one's ever told me that before. You deserve that, and more than I could ever give you. I see the pond at Boston Commons. I've never been there before. It's a super pretty park that's right next to downtown. I used to go there a lot when I lived there. I wish there was a spot like that where I lived. It was just playgrounds, which no one really wanted to hang out at. Although, fun fact, I had my first kiss at a playground. What was so special about the Commons? Let's go with that. How old were you? 17? Then why were you at a playground? To be fair, it was in a car in a parking lot, and no, I'm not proud. Anyway, what about the Commons? The night before we left for college, my friends and I went to the Commons. We stayed up until 4 a.m. talking about what we would be like in college, and we all promised to keep in touch with each other. But then everything happened, and I haven't talked to any of them in so long. I feel like they've all moved on with their lives. It's never too late to reach out. They probably wonder where you are. Yeah, but I kind of ghosted them when I took my quarter off. I ghosted everyone. I'm sure they'd understand if you explained. But it wasn't like we naturally drifted apart. Yeah, but you never know if one day you can't say sorry. I was listening to this new story about this phone booth in Japan that doesn't work. A lot of Japanese people died in the 2011 earthquake, and people started going to this phone booth to talk to the dead. Anyway, someone put a microphone in there with permission, and NPR did this whole piece about the phone booth. I don't like to think about grief like that. I was listening to the recordings, and it was pretty painful to hear, even as a bystander. But after that, I realized it's never too late to reconnect. The fragility of human life is terrifying. I guess you're right. I keep thinking I'll do it, but then I put it off. You need to give yourself the chance to be forgiven. There was this one recording of a guy talking to his mom. I started thinking about what will happen eventually happen one day, and we'll all have those years where we can see each other. I think you need to give your chance constellation. So I guess I haven't done this one. I see a camera. I was thinking, what pictures could do more than just show you how something looked? Let's say you took a picture of a landscape. You could also smell the fresh air there, you could feel the ground, you could basically feel like you were there. I feel like that's a recipe for disaster. That's just a better incentive for me not to leave my house. Mood. You could use it that way. You could be on call with your friend, look at a picture of Paris, all while being in your PJs. Photojournalism would be on a whole new level. People who are in long-distance relationships would love this. Do you think you could do one? Unfortunately, 2 of them. I'm currently in one right now, and it's hard. It's truly difficult. I need to be optimistic about something in my life, and it's obviously not my career prospects. Ooh. Me too, sis. Me too. Seriously? What? It's better than having nothing. I think I could. I would have a date to look forward to when I would see my partner. You know about your camera idea? I think it'd be interesting if we could do that with pictures of ourselves at different points of our lives. You could see how far we've come. Your therapist would love that. There are times when I'm sad where just a reminder that I was once happy is enough. I like that. Thinking about good memories when I'm sad just makes me feel like being happy is further away. That's the ebb and flow of life. And then I wish life would stop ebbing so much. If we could put a barrier to be like, I'm only allowed to be disappointed in myself, that would be great. You have nothing to seriously be disappointed in yourself for. Oh, trust me, there's some deeper to regret within myself. Relatable. Do you think that's why we're dating? Because we both deal with things way beyond our mental capacity? Yeah, probably. Okay, so we go down. Oh, okay, I guess go up. I see a volcano. My friend used to call me the volcano girl. I see that mountain in your neighborhood, the one we drove to last time I visited. Yeah, I know what you mean. Do you remember when we went? We hung our feet off the edge of your trunk and we talked about what we wanted in a relationship. Yeah, you're actually the first person I brought there. Night solidified why I wanted to be with you. Why was I the first? I like that one. Really? I've dated so many guys that I've had things in common with, but we never wanted the same things. When you told me you were looking for a committed relationship, that's the first time I felt like I could really be with someone. I love that we could talk about our feelings openly. That is very important in a relationship. There's so many rules about dating that says you can't do that. You have to wait this amount of time before you text back. You can't seem like you care more. Whatever it is, I refuse to participate. I was surprised by how honest you were. I was surprised that you were okay with it. I'm the type of person who needs confirmation that someone likes me, or else I think I'm making it up in my head. I'm the opposite. I go for guys even if all the warning signs are there. My friends hate me. And I'm your girl. That you are. I've always thought I was doomed, and there was nothing I could do about it. Things like romance and desire to listen to. I didn't think those were for me. Why? Whenever I see cool girls who have their shit together, who have this effortless glow, I see them as versions of myself I could never be. So, if I were a guy, why would I date me over them? Guys feel that way too. I never know what to say around girls. Me too, I'm the least intimidating person I know. Because you're scared to talk to girls. Girls are gorgeous and smart and talented. It's terrifying. You don't sound scared when you're talking to them, and you never seem scared talking to me. I definitely was. I've caught up with so many flaming garbage cans that the prospect of dating someone decent is also terrifying. So true. I feel attacked by this game. But you present yourself the way you are. I think about what other people view me. Anyone who claims they're truly above the opinions of others is a straight up liar. see one down here. No. Yeah, here it is. Okay. For a second I thought I'd done it. I was like, what the heck? It's a diamond. Oh. I see a sunrise. That would be a perfect constellation. It's specifically the sunrise on our second date. Really? Yeah. It's really wholesome. The date changed what I thought previously about love and relationships. I never thought I'd find someone who got me instantly. That was legit before I met you, or to think that something so inherent as loving is something we didn't believe in. I like that. Whenever I was with anyone else, I always felt like I was forcing them to validate me. The trick is to validate yourself. That shit is hard though. People have their own lives, and I always feel as a guy it's harder to ask for affection. Yeah, I feel embarrassed to do it too, but you have the world telling you that it's wrong. I don't know if you remember, but we were taking turns making assumptions about each other, and you were like, a lot of people may not notice, but you're actually quite thoughtful. I didn't think that anyone noticed the effort I put in. You remember things I said months ago? When you hear good songs, you tell me it reminds you of me. Of course I think you're thoughtful. When you said that, it wasn't just a nice comment. I felt like I was seen. I didn't just want to see you. I wanted to see you as you are. I never really thought people cared enough to try. I barely made any friends my first year of college, and I basically lost all of them the next semester when I took time off of school for my depression. I was stuck in my hometown while all my high school friends were somewhere else for college, which basically just made it worse. That must have been difficult. You were taking care of yourself, which is the best thing you could have done. I think we're gonna do that. A lot of my friends didn't get it because they knew I was this happy person. Everyone moved on from me when I stopped putting in effort. It was barely better than the time I took off. Oh my gosh, wow. I bet they didn't know what to say once they realized you changed. So then when I met you and you kept talking to me, that was pretty awkward. I felt like I finally had someone. I realized I had that impact on your life. I've tried to fit in a lot. I've joined the school newspaper. I tried to talk to people in class, but I never felt like I belonged. They all just tolerated me, but made an effort to see me for who I am. I kind of have this thing. It's called a crush on you. Well, you came into my life right when I needed it the most. It's funny you say that because I felt like meeting you was the universe's way of being like, here's something your way for the shit we put you through. When we first met, I figured you found me annoying. I was way more preoccupied by thinking I was annoying you. We should have just been more honest with each other. I was too much of a wuss with you, to be honest. Yeah, you really were, or we all have those moments. I'm good with that. Sorry, I'll clarify. Many factors, including your wussness, contributed to your lack of communication. You're going to cover me by saying you're a wuss too? Wuss in solidarity. There should be one right here. How does this work? Okay, I see Joshua Tree. Don't even remind me. Come on. I don't want to speak of the events of Joshua Tree. I swear it wasn't that bad. Look, I don't think that seeing your girlfriend cry needs to happen after a certain number of dates, but I feel like our third date was definitely too early. I blame you. You're the one who said Lady Bird was your favorite film. You're the one who brought it. I'm just saying Joshua Tree cannot be your conversation. I didn't realize it was going to make you cry. Well, you should just two movies, either Lady Bird or that random sci-fi film. How was Star Wars a random sci-fi film? Anyway, I was in a particularly mood, but I also didn't want to sound unappreciative of you had seen it then, it wouldn't be embarrassing anymore. It's embarrassing now that you're exposing me about Lady Bird. There's no need to bring up Star Wars either. I don't think that crying is embarrassing. I don't either, but I shared my life trauma with you before you knew my last name. Not to mention you were stone cold the entire film. In your defense, the movie is about the relationship between the main character and her mom, and it was sort of related to your life. I should have pretended to watch the movie, but actually stared off into the distance to prevent the waterworks. That's absurd. We were at Joshua Tree. Why would you bring a movie there of all places? I figured maybe we'd have some downtime if we were tired of hiking. You should have brought a board game instead. We alternately could have made out the entire time. I support that idea, but I brought Lady Bird instead. I should have had the courage to reject both movies. It's okay. I think you're exaggerating. I'm just saying that I will never live this down. On my deathbed, I will look back on my life and be like, oh, remember that time you cried? Not just a single tear or two, but sobbed on your third date with Miles? I will remember. I think that's a bit dramatic. What's dramatic is sobbing during a movie where you're trying to impress the guy. My cool girl's guy's gone by the 15-minute mark. The movie wasn't even sad at 15 minutes. Exactly, you get my point. I have the ability to think about Lady Bird and get emotional on the spot. You see yourself in the movie. That's an emotional thing. My whole thought process with that movie is absurd. Then what is it? The reason I cried so much at Lady Bird isn't just that I see so much of my mom and her mom. It's because they're able to reconcile at the end. Well, I'm not able to. Oh, June. That's a perfectly valid reason to cry. All of these books and movies where if you just wait around long enough they'll come by, but this is real life. One that can't be warped in a nice, succulent ending. I'm not going to be able to pronounce that. There's this moment when Lady Bird goes, I wish you liked me. Her mom replies, of course I love you. But then she's like, but do you like me? And honest to God, I didn't know whether I would ask the question with like or love because I don't think I'm ready to hear the answer to either. June, you shouldn't be ashamed of any of that. You know, at my high school graduation, my mom got mad at me for wanting to take pictures with my friends. She was grumpy the entire night, yelled at all of us during dinner, then straight up refused to speak to me. And I was like, I know high school graduation is stupid and meaningless, but it's like, I just wanted to have one day where I could feel like a normal kid with normal parents, and you know how Lady Bird ends. Wanting your parents to be proud of you is human. There's this one time I went to my friend Cindy's house. Her sister let me borrow her clothes, and they helped do her makeup. My parents saw us dressing up and ordered a sandwich. Or her parents saw us dressing up and ordered us sandwiches, and we all watched a movie together. They were like, "We do this every Friday," and it was like, why can't my family do something this simple without screaming at each other's throats? Why can't they let me pretend that everything's okay? I'm never going to understand the nuances between you and your mom, but feeling frustrated over your relationship with her is normal. I don't know anyone who wouldn't be frustrated. I guess I wanted to have something completely separate from my mom, where I didn't have to talk about her because I knew it confuses people and I didn't want to deal with feeling misunderstood by more people. Oh, June, I'm sorry you're going through this. Thanks for listening. Always. See a tea bag. Why is that? Asian people make tea by putting in the leaves alone. Growing up, I didn't even know that tea bags existed. My Lao, I'm so sorry if I pronounced that wrong, never gave me white people tea. Is Lao Chinese for grandmother? Yeah, we used to drink tea on the weekends as she gossiped about the Chinese boys in her carpool group. Oh, that's cute. She was friends with the other Asian grandmas in my area, so she'd tell me the insider tea about their lives. Get out. Just leave. I know, I'm hilarious. I always kind of loved because she was so accepting even though she grew up in rural China. She told me she thought you were handsome when we met. I like both of these. Let me go with this one. Even though my grandma spent most of her life in China and worked in physics, she was actually okay with the fact that I like to write, because Asian parents expect you to be in STEM. That's good. once told me... Oh no. Oh, okay. Whatever that says. It means you want to know why you will write great stories because you see the world differently. Oh, that's adorable. She grew up being taught traditional Chinese ideals, meaning you're expected to adhere to social order. Maybe the changing generation shifted her perspective. She's really accepting of the newer generation. She actually vocalizes how she's feeling. What? What I mean is that Chinese people never express their feelings or love directly. It's always like, you know your mom is thinking of you when she brings sliced fruit in your room, but my grandma does that and she also says it to me. What does that even mean? You know, like when I'm studying, my grandma will drop off apples to my room so I have a snack. That's I love you in Asian terms. If she changed the definition of love in the Chinese dictionary so it means bringing products to your door. That's so sweet. What does she think of your mom? She pretends our distance doesn't exist. If we're talking the 5 stages of grief, my grandma's mixed denial bargaining. Well, the very foundation of her family has been ruined, so it makes sense. You know, when you talk to someone who's fighting with their parents, you usually give them advice of talking things over, at least eventually. I was talking to Reese and he said, you need to cut your losses and move on. That's how you know I gotta reach acceptance. Do you think it's even possible in your situation? Then what's the alternative? Lamenting my family until I'm paralyzed? Hope. I have to hold on to hope. That's all I've got, really. There's another one, but I'm missing it somewhere. I can't zoom out. Oh, it's not here. It's a peach. I see a peach. Why a peach? I always ate them growing up. When I was younger, my mom and I used to go on walks in our neighborhood. She'd steal peaches off the neighbor's tree. It's a Chinese family thing. I feel like we all grew up watching our parents steal fruit. Isn't that illegal? Maybe? Probably. My mom was not intimidated by the law. I've never heard of that. Trust me, it's a thing. When I went to my Asian friend's house, their parents would offer me swollen fruit as a peace offering. Then they would ask me what I'm studying, if I have a boyfriend, and whether I post grad plans. So the whole do you have a boyfriend-girlfriend thing is universal. I think all parents secretly worry about their kids are going to find someone. Whenever someone asks me that, I'm like, I'm already worried enough about my eternal soul. Yeah. Have you actually said that? My friend's mom once asked me if I had a boyfriend, and I was like, I'm trying my absolute best, don't you worry. Oh my god. Seriously, they ask us if boys are pursuing us left and right, but it's more like we are hustling to find a man. Then what happens if you find a boyfriend? They ask all the questions normal people are too afraid to ask. They secretly gossip to my friends about whether he's a boy inequality. With that one, if you were to tell any Asian mother you were dating someone, the first question would be, what's his major, how rich is his family, and how rich is he? I can't take that kind of pressure. The first time my high school boyfriend came over for dinner, she'd ask us in Chinese. He was Chinese. Every detail about his family and what he wants to be when he grows up. He was okay with it? The week before, I went to his house and his mom did the same thing to me. I'd still be terrified. There's so many very specific parts of Asian American culture that we just automatically understand. Like the whole fruit tree and dating. I was talking to Rebecca the other day about growing up as an Asian kid, and she was like, I was so embarrassed of what our food smelled like at lunch. I realized that was also me. People made fun of me because they said it smelled weird. I guess I didn't realize that other Asian kids would do the same thing. And you all relate on this? Yeah, it's like being bullied about lunch is universally Asian. I never even noticed that people made digs at Asian people for that. Yeah, people made math and rice jokes, but I didn't realize that it was as intense as that. None of it was overt. I hate Asian people, but it was then these subtle comments that slowly destroyed my identity. These in particular help either. I suck at math, people always told me I was less Asian because of that. For me, don't want to be known as just Asians, but everything we do is influenced by our Asianness. That's what a lot of people miss. Oh. I'm not oh, okay. We got more constellations. Okay. I see my neighborhood streetlight. Why's that? When I was about to go off to college, I lay under the streetlights with my friends and we talk about life. Ah. I spent my whole life wanting to see more city, more people outside my bubble, but once I left, I realized that there was actually so much life already in my hometown, my suburban life as it is. You can always call it boring. That's the point, really. You can't go out, so you lie under the streetlights and talk about life and why you're scared of the future and all that. When there's nothing to do, you may as well share your deepest hopes and dreams. I'm scared of the deep ocean. I like to think a great scholar said that. Who would this great scholar be? Me. I said this. Well, scholar or not, I think you're right. A lot of my secrets are shared under a streetlight at night. The stars hold all of our secrets. That's pretty intimidating. The amount of times I shared my secrets because it was late at night and I was in my feels is embarrassing. Then the next morning I'm like, mistakes were made. I know the feeling. There's this one time I liked this guy and we were messaging late at night and I just started sharing my entire life story because I was like, he's going to get all my life trauma and fall in love with me. Yeah, I've been there, done that. But then he ended up ghosting me. You share your life story at all times of the day. Yeah, but I think because I was exhausted, I convinced myself that we were soulmates, that he was destined to like me. And that's a lot of hope to have. Yeah, but I hold on to things that are meant to be. Duly noted. No, but like, I think we all want to be loved so badly that sometimes we show parts of ourselves we regret, or prove the cynical part of me wrong. I like that one. I have the opposite problem. I don't show enough of myself because I'm scared of what's going to happen next. Yeah, that's very you. After what happened last year, I honestly didn't know if I could be in a relationship. When we first started dating, I was really kind of scared about it because I'm used to guys dating me and then having it go nowhere. So when you straight up told me about your mental health, I didn't know what to do. I didn't think it'd be fair to you not to say anything. Yeah, I'm just happy you were to get in a place in your life to take your chance. I am too. Okay, let's go up. Another one. I see paper lantern. Like the ones in Chinatown? I used to go to the Lantern Festival there every year when I was still in Chinese school. They made us do these dances. One year I was a lily pad. That's adorable. You did so many things as a kid. Yeah, but none of them stuck. I'm not doing cultural dances anymore, really anything from back then. I see how it is, now you see me as a lazy adult. The phrase lazy adult came out of your mouth. Uh-huh. I've never heard you talk about these lantern festivals before. That's because I stopped going. Too old now? My mom still goes and, it'd be weird if she saw me. My friends still go though. Your friends know what's going on with your mom, right? I think they just pretend not to notice. Actually, they don't want to make you feel awkward. I appreciate them for it because I can at least experience the nice parts of being Asian. Like what? Seeing a Chinese person at a party and immediately feeling at ease. The simple can bond in meeting someone, sharing no words but understanding their upbringing entirely. I've never had that feeling before. There was this one time in 6th grade where I was at a sleepover with the girls. We all started doing this one girl's makeup and she looked gorgeous. Everyone called her beautiful. But then when it came time to doing my makeup, they made me into a little raccoon. It wasn't on purpose, but Asian-shaped eyes aren't the traditional Western beauty standard, so no one understood how to do my makeup. So while my friend was complimented by everyone in the group, I was a clown. I'm sure they were trying their best. They were, but whenever I tell this story, my Chinese friends all know exactly what I'm talking about with my eyes shaped, the whole feeling ugly because you're Asian. Everyone Everyone else thinks it's a story about me being an insecure kid, but no, it's me being an insecure kid because I'm Asian. I don't know why anyone would think Asian people are ugly. Growing up, a lot of that has faded, but I remember being young and having this guy confide in me that he liked my friend and being like, she's pretty for an Asian. I truly don't understand why anyone thinks that opinion, especially with you. I used to wish I was white. I used to have so much comfort in being Asian, but I don't know anymore. I hated being Asian as a kid. All the best parts of my cultural identity were no longer there because my parents and I don't talk. I don't know, the way you described your Asianness, the market, and stealing fruit, really sounds like you haven't let go. I remember these things, but they're no longer a part of my life. It sounds like you carry them with you. I guess. No, really, if you asked me to describe the American experience, I'd say something in general like our crazy political climate, but you describe these parts of your life with so much detail. I just don't know if the Asian community accepts me. It doesn't help that my family is the black sheep of the Asian community. You should understand that it's not your fault. You know how you see your parents this way when you're a kid, but then when you grow up, you have this big realization, my parents are actually regular people? I went through that, but I realized my mom isn't even that. My mom is human, but your realization is more sad than humbling. I don't think my mom is this evil person. I think she's someone who can't control her temper to the point where I can't have a relationship with her. You can't control what your parents are. People let that bad luck define them. My mom hasn't contacted me once since our big fight. I'm never going to pretend like I know what you've been through, but you've had a rough couple of years. The fact that you still have the capacity to empathize with people, to give people your all, it's a testament that you're a good person. I was at a friend's house for her birthday. While we were gone, her parents decorated the entire house and cooked us food. We got back and everyone had dinner with them. My friend deserves all of these things, but the whole situation feels more fantasy than what normal parents would like to be. Her mom asked about my parents, and it's like, what am I supposed to say? I don't speak to my parents? Actually, they're still alive? You could put it as we live separate lives now. Yeah, but then I'm the one bringing down the mood. I'm the one ruining the group dynamic because I have issues. That's not your fault, though. I want to go to where no one knows my name, where I don't have to think about the person I'm supposed to be. It doesn't matter how much you run, it'll catch up with you eventually. That is true. That is true. I'm just trying to get all the outside corners. Journal because it's the only thing that brought me comfort when I took time off school, and I think it deserves its own consolation. You don't strike me as a journal person. My therapist makes me write one. If it's that important to you, then I think it deserves consolation too. It's been almost a year since I took a semester off. I've been thinking a lot about that time in my life. What have you noticed? The painful but necessary woes of self-reflection. I realized how much better my life would be if I hadn't been depressed those 2 years. You only took a semester off, though. My last time doesn't just include when I took time off school. It was the entire duration of my depression. Yeah, that makes sense. I realized how much better I would be now if I spent those 2 years I wasn't at college productively. I wasn't the type of person that anyone wanted to be friends with. I had all of these goals that I put on hold. Now that I'm finally getting better, I could have done so much more. You can't control that you had depression, so it isn't your fault. Right, but no one told me I could never make friends or make progress on my dreams. I did it to myself. Obviously not intentionally, but it still happened. You're doing great things now, though. You're back at school, you have me and so many other people. Yeah, but if I didn't waste those 2 years, my life would be so much better. I think the important part is that you picked yourself up. People spend decades confused. You know exactly what you want in life, which is already more than most people our age. that validation would have made me happy. But I had to stop being depressed and do something first. You should give yourself more credit. It takes so much courage to allow yourself to heal. But I knew that it was the reason why people didn't want to be my friend. I carried the negative emotions with me everywhere. I'm so sorry. I'm recording this later at night, so it's past my bedtime. So I'm a little in my feelies. I'm a little sad. I don't know. This game has a lot of difficult topics, I think. Which, I mean, I think it's handling it in a good way. Like, the character's handling this in a positive way. But yeah, I enjoy it so far. Like, I think this is an interesting concept. And I think the art is amazing. Like, it's really good. I was difficult to be around. Earlier this year, I ran into a guy I met at our college's newspaper. We talked the semester before I dropped everything. When he saw me again this year, he was like, I'm so glad that you're in a good place in your life now because you're back then. In your life now, because back then you were terrible to be around. He didn't have to say that. But the reason it really affected me was that he was completely right. I tried to make friends and it never panned out because I wasn't likable. I couldn't help that I was depressed. I know, but you shouldn't have said that. You never know what other people are going through. Which is true. I mean, like, I feel like most people just don't think before they say something. But by the time they realize what they've said, it's like it's too late. The damage is already done. You know, like, you can always apologize, but you can never take back what you said. Everyone knew and loved him. He was where I wanted to be. Just because people like him doesn't mean he said the right thing. I saw all of these people who were smart and sociable. I wanted to be them more than anything. I don't care if they were boring. They were happy, and that was everything to me. Lost one's happiness. These are all the quickest ways to learn about the world. Regardless of the whole boring thing, there are so many people like me who want to accept you as you are. I learned that now, but after so many years being left out, it's hard to drop that mindset. The painful parts of myself, the toxic thinking, the insecurities, the mental illness, seemed so big that people never wanted to be with me. But mental illness isn't who you are. You're an amazing artist. You're a good boyfriend. You see people for who they are. I recently met this guy in my class. I realized that we did the same type of art, so I looked him up. I saw his profile and realized that he was the real deal. While I was back at home, he was refining his style. You could do that. You're already set off to the right start. I don't know, though, if I could ever reach that level. I don't know if my best will ever be enough, and now I have all this lost time. You needed that time to be where you are now. If you never went through that self-reflection or took time off of school, you'd still be where you were a year ago. I guess I'm frustrated that I'm not someone else then. How I like to see it is there have been moments in my life where I wouldn't trade them for anything. If I were a different person, I'd lose them. Really think about it, we're these fleshy bodies trying to make sense of the world around us. There's one right made me a muscle fat. I like that one. I don't want to lose you. I don't know who I'd be if we hadn't met. Really? I do know, and I'd be worse. I feel safe telling you these things because I know you'll understand me. I could be the best version of myself starting from now, and I still don't know if that's enough. For that to happen, I need to advocate for myself the way you do. If anything, I need your patience. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? We should combine ourselves to form the perfect person? Learn from each other? Yes. Oh. This is awkward. I'd love if I could talk to people more. I'd love if I didn't blabber so much. I'd love if I were a cute artist one day. It would make a great person. Agreed. how amazing, resilient, and special you are. No matter what my current situation is, I hope you know you can always talk to me. I'll always be there for you. Miles shifts his body to lean towards mine. Our faces so close I can hear his breath. You're my person. I used to dream about what being in a relationship was like. I had all these fantasies about guys throwing rocks my window, making me needless to fall asleep to. But what happened between us is even greater than anything I could have imagined. No matter what's happened in my life, having you here has made it all worth it. You're worth it all. You're the brightest person in any room. Remember that one time you walked me home after Father John Misty concert? Father John Misty concert. Yeah? You told me you wish your past self could see you now. I remember. I wish my past self could see me now. The stars shoot across the sky. Did you see that? I've never seen a shooting star before. Then you should make a wish. I did. What did you wish for? I don't think I'm supposed to tell you. I don't like this rule about wishes. You'll know what it is soon enough. Really? Let me tell you this. What I wished for just came true. Just now? I wished I would fall in love with this summer, and I did. I love you. I love you too. Not just that, I love how unapologetically yourself, no matter what. I love how you dance when no music is playing. I love how you get excited for the smallest things, like seeing your favorite food in the grocery store. I love that you have the worst luck when it comes to dating, but you still took a chance on me. I love the way you say yes to all of my weird ideas. I love that you get more beautiful each day I know you. I love that I get to witness your growth. Please tell me you rehearsed that because it's way too smooth otherwise. I didn't give myself a good pep talk in the mirror before tonight. Thanks for playing. Wow. This game is so cute. I literally had like tears in my eyes. I might go cry, who knows. This was definitely a good game that I would recommend playing. It's free to play, like I said, on Steam. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. I liked the art style. I liked connecting the constellations, even though at times I didn't quite get it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry, it's a little longer than the videos I normally post, but since it's just a short game, I figured it'd be okay. But yeah, thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!